By the time you hit your 50s, life gets brutally honest with you. This is the decade where your habits, your choices, and your excuses finally show up with receipts. You can't hide behind youth anymore. You can't outrun time anymore. You can't pretend one day is still far away. These are the 5 habits that quietly ruin your 50s. And if you're willing to hear the truth, you'll walk away with clarity most people never get. The first habit is ignoring small health issues that turn into big diagnoses. This is the decade where your body stops whispering and starts shouting. In your 20s, you bounce back. In your 30s, you notice things. In your 40s, you feel things. In your 50s, things get real. People ruin their 50s by ignoring their blood pressure, cholesterol, inflammation, sleep, weight, chronic stress, recurring pain, fatigue, anxiety, depression, and hormone changes. Nothing is a little issue anymore. Small problems become big diagnoses fast. Health ignored in your 50s becomes the limitation of your 60s and the regret of your 70s. You don't need perfection, you need prevention. Your future depends on how seriously you take your body right now. The second habit is holding on to toxic people because you don't want to start over. By your 50s, your circle should be tighter, healthier, and more intentional. But many people ruin their 50s by holding on to draining friendships, disrespectful family members, one-sided relationships, marriages with no teamwork, people who only love them when they're useful, emotional manipulators, and people who refuse to grow. Loneliness isn't the fear. Wasted years are. People stay in toxic relationships because they're tired. They don't want to rebuild. They don't want to start over. They don't want to explain their life to someone new. But staying with the wrong people ruins the peace you worked so hard to earn. This is the decade where you should be protecting your energy, not sacrificing it. Stop saving relationships that don't save you. The third habit is living like you don't need help. Pride becomes expensive in your 50s. This is the age where people are too embarrassed to ask for emotional help, financial guidance, or support. Too embarrassed to admit they're overwhelmed, scared about the future, or recovering from mistakes. Too embarrassed to say they need to start over. But your 50s are not the decade to do everything alone. Trying to hold the world on your shoulders ruins your health, marriage, happiness, finances, peace, and mental stability. You don't get extra points for suffering in silence. You don't win awards for pretending everything is fine. The strongest people at this age are the ones who finally say, "I need help, and I'm not ashamed." The fourth habit is letting comfort turn into stagnation. Your 50s feel comfortable. You know your routines, your job, your family, your patterns, your survival strategies. But comfort becomes a silent trap. This is the decade where people stop learning, improving, dreaming, trying, exploring, taking risks, and reinventing themselves. And the result is that they age mentally long before they age physically. Stagnation makes people talk like life is over when there's so much life left. 50 is not old. 50 is not done. 50 is not the end of the road. But you ruin your 50s when you stop growing. The second half of your life can still be the best half, but not if you settle into comfort and call it peace. The fifth habit is not preparing financially for your 60s and 70s. This is the decade where your financial habits determine whether your next chapter feels like freedom or fear. You must simplify your expenses, eliminate unnecessary debt, budget with intention, build emergency savings, plan for retirement, protect your health financially, stop competing with younger generations, and start thinking long-term. The cost of living goes up. Health costs go up. Your body slows down. Your earning power changes. Too many people hit their 60s terrified because they pretended they had more time. You don't need to be wealthy, but you do need to be prepared. Your future self is depending on the decisions you make today. Your 50s can be powerful, peaceful, and full of purpose, or they can be stressful, regretful, and limiting. It all comes down to your habits. Which habit hit you the hardest? Which one made you think about your future? Drop it in the comments. Your 50s don't have to be the decade where everything slows down. They can be the decade where everything gets clearer. Life is still happening. Growth is still happening. Healing is still possible. Love is still possible. Purpose is still possible. You haven't missed your chance, but you don't have time to waste. Fix the habits now, and your 60s and 70s will thank you.